Dear friends of the earth, friends of the poor, Father Augusto and Father George gave me only 6 minutes to talk. That's the good news. The bad news is that I wish I could have 60 minutes to talk. We have concluded see, judge, and act. Faith without action is an empty faith, warns St. James. All our pious convictions need real actions. We have found many guilty. As Dr. Martin King said, some are guilty and all are responsible. Our silence, our inaction can be a collusion once we know the truth. The prophetic document Laudato Si calls us for action, not for more meetings. I do not want to sound alarmist, but when it comes to what happens to nature, there can never be any complacency. This is the moment of action. Act now. The world faces ecological holocaust. Exactly 100 years ago, my brothers and sisters, the early warnings of a Holocaust expressed in the despair of Russia, Germany, and other places. Sadly, men of goodwill chose a criminal silence. The world saw the greatest Holocaust in its history. In many countries, the innocent were roasted alive and added with their nucleus Holocaust in Japan. The wound refuses to heal. Now is this century, there are early warnings of a more dangerous Holocaust, ecological Holocaust. I wish I'm exaggerating. No, I base myself on the World Bank Science Institutes, their latest statements on the COP21 and global warming. Humanity will be fighting over drinking water. By 2050, the world will see at least 150 million people in despair to have a cup of water to quench their thirst. The very democracy is in danger. Act now, lest history accuses us of collusion through silence that is a criminal. The unleashing of a corporate greed and unsustainable lifestyle of rich countries continues. Rich countries with a population of just 6% of the world produces 30% of greenhouse gases. My country, Myanmar, is the second global risk index. Just 10 years ago, with Cyclone Nargis, it took away 150,000 lives, and the world did not speak much about that. This is ecological terrorism. Terrorism and incremental genocide. The world knows the culprit, but lacks the courage to respond. Name them and shame them. Pope Francis, the prophet of the modern era, has set fire on this discussion with his writing on economic justice and environmental justice. Laudato Si is a clarion call for a new world war, third world war against the corporates, governments, and the rich minority that destroy God's creation for cash and power. Christianity is not afraid of talking to the powers to be. Act now. Act now together with all people of goodwill, the civil society, with other religions and other people with no religion. When the house is in fire, we do not look for labors. It needs to acknowledge not only the 7 sacraments for the Catholic, but also the sacraments of nature, water, earth, air, fire, and most holy gifts. In conclusion, time is running out. We do not have another planet, but I heard that some of the Americans have bought tickets to go to the Mars. We do not have the luxury of silence. Speak now, act now. We are pitted against the power of evil. What is our response? Let me end once again with the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. This generation will not weep for the evil deeds of the bad people, but for the abolished silence of the good people. My PowerPoint is all finished already, nothing to say more. No more words, but to act now. St. Augustine was telling, Nunc cepi, I begin now. Thank you.